At this point, it's been more than a decade since the software on the iPhone has gotten a new design. And even though we see a new version of iOS year after year with some nice features and improvements, it's just kinda looked the same for a while now. It's left a lot of people wanting something different, and in just a couple of months, it sounds like Apple is about to deliver just that. As iOS 19 is shaping up to be a pivotal update for the iPhone, they're planning an all-new camera app, a more dynamic version of Siri, refined AI features, and a major visual overhaul across the entire system. And that last part is pretty significant, because in the history of the iPhone as a product, Apple has only changed the look of iOS one time before, all the way back 12 years ago in June of 2013 when we got the infamous iOS 7 update. This was the update where overnight Apple eliminated all the details, the shadows, and the texture of iOS 6 in favor of a new flat aesthetic based on simplicity, bold lines, and bright colors, which to this day is probably the most controversial thing that Apple has ever shipped as a company. I mean, you almost had to be there at the time to remember the reactions of people to iOS 7. It was not well received. And honestly, I was shocked the year after that they stuck with it, and then another year, and we're 12 years in. Obviously, iOS 18 is way more refined. It looks a lot nicer than it did back in 2013. But the overarching flat aesthetic is what has defined more than a decade of the iPhone. It made me question if Apple would ever redesign the iPhone software again. Well, according to new rumors, the answer is yeah, they're getting ready to do another major iOS design overhaul this year. Without a doubt, minimalism is what defined the past 12 years of the iPhone. So looking into the future, what does Apple pick for the next 12 years of iOS? According to sources, iOS 19 is described to be sort of a mix between the current design language of iOS 18 mixed with visionOS on the Apple Vision Pro headset. And listen, say what you will about this $3,499 VR headset, if there is one thing that Apple nailed on this, it is the software. Elements in visionOS are shiny and translucent, apps and menus cast shadows, and the icons on the home screen are circular and they feel like they're part of your environment. So how does Apple make this feel native on the iPhone? Well, this is your first look at Apple's all-new camera app, redesigned from the ground up with a bunch of changes inspired by the software on Vision Pro. Apple is expanding the viewfinder to take up even more of the display, and previously static elements now float above what you're looking to capture. Everything feels a bit more panoramic and like it's easier to get immersed in what you're trying to capture. To switch between modes, there's a new drawer that expands from the bottom of your screen and reveals access to more granular settings and other customization options, improving the layout and usability while also making it look fresh. For me, it's way more straightforward. I find the current camera app to be pretty convoluted, and this looks like a nice change. Next, it's also possible that iOS 19 can add some new camera control features for the iPhone 16 series, which is why I partnered up with ESR, who sponsored today's video, to show you their brand new classic hybrid case that now features a camera control cover. By far, ESR's implementation is the best I've seen, and to me, it feels just as good as stock. The clicks, the taps, and the swipes, they feel one-to-one with a perfect camera control experience, and you're getting the added protection and peace of mind knowing that the button is protected. As with ESR's implementation of protected tempered glass, it could potentially save you up to $749 of repair costs. And on top of that, the seamless design also keeps the button free from dust. In addition to improving camera control, ESR has also made MagSafe stronger on the rear with a crazy impressive 1,500 grams of magnetic strength, which is over twice as strong as Apple's cases. And with shock-absorbing air guard corners, there's up to 11 feet of drop protection, which is 3 times the military-grade standard. Right now, you can grab ESR's Halo Lock Classic Hybrid case for yourself when you use my link down below.